Hello everybody, welcome back to another replay review. This time I'm in the 109 F-4. This thing is fantastic. It is a great plane to learn how to fly in aerialistic battles. It's able to turn fight, it's able to energy fight, it's pretty adaptable. Just depends on understanding the situation really. This time I am taking part in the Operation Uranus event, where it was a historical battle where it was Russians versus Germans only. The Germans had 11 players and the Russians had 16 players. The Russians were limited to like 2.3 battle racing vehicles, where the Germans had access to 109 F-4s, 109 G2s, very powerful energy fighters with very good engines. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I climbed to 5,600 meters, got myself a good amount of speed, then I'm taking advantage of these low-altitude Russian aircraft such as the Yaks, the Lags, the LA-5s, and see what I can do about it. I've not seen a single game won by the Germans at this point, so I decided to Q1 myself and see how I can do. See if I can maybe tip the scales. First target here is this Lag 3. He turns in. Miss my shots. Don't stick. No need to stick. I've got so much energy behind me. You know, nearly 800 kilometers an hour at SPD. Extend away from the two people behind me that are above me. Using my superior energy, I just slowly put into a climb once I know they're not focusing me. Turning all that speed back into altitude, converting my kinetic energy into my potential energy. I reassign my position and begin to search for my next target. This thing is fucking awesome, man. It's such a good aircraft, just for default. In general, man. I would recommend anyone pick this thing up, the 109 F4. G2s, sure. G6s, sure. F1s, maybe. E3s, definitely. But the F4 is like the perfect in-between. Best 109 tier for tier. Of course, you know, not best 109, but for tier for tier. Here I'm trying to find this friendly 109 here, trying to help him out, see if I can find anyone else going for him, any enemies. Because I'm seeing a few black dots fly underneath me, but I'm not really sure if they're enemies, or if they're AI enemies. You know, if they're players or not, I'm not entirely sure. I see those traces there, I'm like, evaluating, do I stick for this friendly 109 here, or do I turn back for the furball? I'm thinking to myself, that's probably a few too many enemies for me to handle at the moment. You know, I could clean this guy up and handle the rest later. See a LA-5 there, that just confirms my decision, so I focused to come on over. Sadly, the 109 doesn't last very long. Rest in pepperonis. I'm going very fast here, nearly 500 kilometers an hour at IAS, and I'm going to start my attack on these two with my superior energy. First, target the Yak-9, and then switch to the LA-5 to maybe confuse them. Yak-9 responds, LA-5 does, but then sort of straightens out, which gives me a very free kill here. Fly over the Yak-9 and pull away towards his behind to force him over. Make him work harder to aim at me if he wants to focus on me, and I put it into a slight climb because I know I'm going so much faster. Pull it up into full vertical to see if he sticks, because I know he's going to stall out before I am. I've got so much more energy, so much more engine power. Realize he's not taking the bait, and I just secure my position on his 6. I'm watching him closely, and I see him roll left, and I just don't take it. I don't need to take that bait. That's going to force me to commit a lot more than I need to right now, and I have all the cards in this situation. This guy has to wait for me, not the other way around. I can choose when I want to attack. He has to wait for me. He's stuck here. I can chase him all day. So he's trying to make it difficult for me to dive down on him, which is fair enough, but I couldn't give two shits. Here I get a little bored and I tab out. Here we're back. I'm having a look, see if there's any other players before I commit to this guy. Figures pretty much okay. You know, always just keep him head on the swivel, right? Spatial awareness. See him pull up his nose on me, and I just delay my dive. I don't need to head on that. I have a positional advantage. I don't need to risk a 50-50. Not rolling the dice. See his nose drop. Dive back down. Take my time. Secure the kill. He's completely toast. He's just too slow. Never pull up for someone above you like that. Like that Yak-9 did. Just, you know, gives them a free kill, really. All they have to do is go up when you go up. And then when you both stall, they'll be behind you. Which is exactly what I did. Hearing that engine there, I was wondering if it's enemy, but no, it's friendly AI. I've seen a lot of black dots flying in the sky in front of me, and I'm not entirely sure if they're, again, AI or if they're enemy players. But I'm keeping my speed up, I'm not climbing terribly hard, because I want to make sure that if I am surprised, I can react soon enough. You know, always want to keep some speed behind you, because again, if you stall out, if you're slow, you can't maneuver. You can't dodge it. So keep some speed, about 350 kilometers an hour, or a bit more. Just keep a bit of speed behind you. I see this black dot, can't really tell if it's AI or not, but I'm keeping a close eye on him in case he's a player. Starting to look more like a Yak, not like any other AI, and there it is, Yak 1. Immediately put into a climb and pull him away. Force him to go over 90 degrees. Force him to commit harder than he needs to. There he goes. He's upside down. And I go the other way. Switch back. Pull full flaps. I make a mistake here, actually. Evade his shots. Push a bit of rudder. See him stall, and I'm on a 6, and I'll drop my throttle just to slowly plant myself on a 6. Now here I don't realize the flaps pull in so quickly, and I make a check of them later. 4 shots, but my flaps end up ripping, which is my mistake. There's a crit. There they go. Massive L on Bronx part there, sorry. 109 gets the lag theory, good stuff. Re-establish my position in altitude. Using all that speed, putting it back into altitude, you know. Filling up my balls again. And then just diving back down on this Yak 1. See, I have all the cards here. He pulls into me. Decent move, but he doesn't do much else besides that. I had a shot there, but that last flick he did was quite good. Yeah, that enemy or friendly aircraft get confused. Just pull him back up. I got so much speed that I don't have to worry about it. Checking for other enemies around. See that Yak 1 stall for the 109 and I decide to focus on him. It's pretty slow looking. You know, just taking my time. He reacts to me, pulls down, but I'm alone here. There's no other enemies around. Really, I'm safe. I can commit to this. And he doesn't flick. Doesn't move around. He just stays turning in a straight line and gets me the 3rd kill of the match. Then I turn back towards the next 3 here, and I see that other black dot. And again, I'm not sure if that's a player or AI, but I'm going to keep an eye on him just in case. See that Yak 1 pull all the way up, and that's a pretty easy kill. Very close to me. Not a lot of commit I'd have to do. He goes for the head-on. I disengage. Don't need to roll that dice. No need to take that head-on. I have the advantage here. Every single advantage. No need to take that risk. Keeping an eye on that plane. Not really sure what it is. Looks like an IL, but there it is, IL. I didn't realize that was him, honestly, so I kept looking around for him. I was like, where is he? Where'd he go? Yeah. Either way, that's him. Yeah, where'd he go? I got plenty of time on my, good position. IL stalls. Just go straight up. Pull a little bit. Avoid his shots. Wait for his nose to drop. Waiting, keeping an eye on him. Watch it. There it is. And look at that. Perfectly stalled just for me. Waiter, waiter. More Russian planes, please. Thank you very much. 4th kill. Now I'm chasing these other 3 enemies here. They've got that 109 by the balls, really, and there's not much I can do. They're about just as fast as I am in this situation. Maybe I'm a little bit faster, but I'm not going to catch them in time before that 109 eats shit. This is why you don't want to lose altitude, because look at that. They can outturn you. They're just as fast as you. And they're very strong at low altitude, so I don't want to be down there. Yak 1 peels off. Here I make another fatal mistake. Avoid the IL-2. And I decide that the Yak 1 is the most dangerous opponent here. I don't care about the lag. I don't care about the IL. But the thing is, the Yak 1's so far ahead of them. If I put on the Yak 1, they're just going to be on my 6. I figure it's okay, because he pulls up. But then he pulls back down. There's another kill, but look at that. I could have got shot by the IL, especially that lag. But I got very lucky, because that lag has no ammunition. He's out. Very fortunate in that situation. My reasoning is that I know I'm going to be faster and have way more energy than IL-2. And I'm very confident I'd do the same to the lag. But I didn't expect me to be in that poor of a position after that Yak kill. Anyways, using my speed, putting it back into altitude, back into potential energy, and re-establish my position above them. Here I'm just trying to keep an eye on both of them, not lose them over the buildings there. It's hard to see when they're not spotted, and I figure I can pretty much leave the I can pretty much leave the lag, and I'm gonna have to kill the IL-2 now. I would rather deal with him now rather than later. So, again, he pulls it for the head-on, disengage. I don't want to pull the head-on. That's what he wants. I'm the last player left. He just wants to kill me, and he's got another teammate with him. So, my job here is to stall him out as much as possible. Drain his balls all the way. Drain all of his energy. He's heavy. He's a big, heavy plane with not much engine power. But a very tight turn rate. So, again, he pulls under me. Good move from him. I just disengage. I've got the position here. I don't need to run. I don't need to risk anything. I don't need to rush it. Just take my time. Establish my position. And evade him when he pulls for the head-on, because he really wants to. There he goes again. Pulling up for me. And with this spectacular performance while stalling, the 109 really can just handle this. It's like a piece of cake. If my shots were any better, it would be great. There's a hit on his wingtip, taking out his aileron. And I suspect it's going to take him into the ground, but he pulls back up in time. Again, rinse and repeat, but my speed back into altitude. The IL-2 cannot follow me here. And I know he wants to force the head-on, so this time, when I stall over, flip myself over backwards, I'm going to wait a little bit longer, get myself even further behind him, so when he wants to pull up, he has to pull up even further, not just 90 degrees. Zero again, he's pulling up, and that wingtip is just too brutal. He cannot get the rudder on target. There he goes, 6th kill. And that's about it for this match. The lag 3 goes in rearms, and I rearm as well, and I find him later on, and he's just not paying attention. But yeah, this 109 F4 is the de facto 109. It is the perfect middle ground of all the different playstyles. It's very good at most altitudes, very good at turn fighting when you absolutely can, depending on the situation, of course. You can turn fight a fireball if you really wanted. It's extremely good at controlling itself during a stall, so you can really take it up high and just continue going up and pulling. It doesn't care. This thing lets you really throw it around. The MG151s are spectacular. It's definitely the best 109 tier for tier. I love it. I would recommend anyone play it if they want to learn how to fly, how to energy fight, how to, you know, pick situations. Here I spot the lag 3, and he's just not even paying attention. He has no idea. You know, poor guy. There's not much he can do. He's too slow, and I'm just in the best position there, going nearly 600 kilometers an hour, sorry. But yeah, that's game. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this serves a good example as how to energy fight effectively against an inferior opponent. I'd love to show some more examples of maybe some turn fights or dog fights rather that are a bit more evenly matched. But I saw way too many times the German team lost during this game mode when they absolutely shouldn't have. It just takes understanding the plane a bit and listening to it rather than, you know, just taking it however you want. Because if you dogfight those yaks and those lags, you're gonna lose. You know, low altitude. If you don't have any speed behind you, they can dive. They can go faster than you. But get your altitude first. Climb at 230 kilometers an hour, and then secure your position and abuse the fact you have so much more speed.